You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Sunday the 23rd of February 2025 and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I did better than yesterday. I have done some writing today. But the truth is I'm still quite badly jet lagged. I woke up at 3 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. I'm recording this at 5 p.m. now and I just want to go to bed. I'm not going to, obviously, because otherwise I'll keep staying jet lagged. But yeah, so I've written about 1,500 words today, and I wrote I've written a scene where Laura, Ronnie's friend from university, is revived from her hibernation, but I'm not really feeling it. And the next scene, I mean, we're almost there. I've got a couple of scenes left to write. Really, I've got I think 3 or 4. So I've got the big reveal around Ronnie's tree, the tree that she was born from, and where she did her first interface. There's a big reveal around that. I've got a couple of scenes with Mackenzie and Marianne just to resolve that situation. I've got the bit where Ronnie finds out that her parents were died in Ursula's house, but left her like a message and all as many of her art sort of drawing books as they could find, and then there's a scene where Ursula dies, and then there's the last little moment where Ronnie, just with all that having just happened to her, just needs a moment to herself and goes out for just to draw, because that's one thing I haven't shown her doing, and one thing I will do probably when I do the editing, I will add a bit more. I don't think she went out into the forest and drew at Forest Lodge, so that was something she always did as a kid, and I show her doing it several times through the book. But I think once I get to a certain point, it just stops, and I think I want to not resurrect it, but just show it something that she's passionate about and something that she wants to do, because she just loves drawing nature. She always did do that. That was her it was a thing she used to do, not even to calm down, just because she loved it. She had a spot where she'd just draw what she saw, whether it was a bit of fungus, a toadstool or something, or a flower. She would just, So it's just a handful of scenes, but I'm just so tired still. And I wrote about 1,500 words, and they're not terrible, but they'll probably need editing. And I do strongly feel that the last scenes need to be quite impactful, and I can't be on autopilot as I write them, so today is not the day. So, but as per my original, as I've still got to the 28th to do this, it's the 23rd now, although I've got the last 3 days of the month I'm working, so I'd sort of set myself a deadline of the end of the 25th to finish this, because I'm working the last 3 days. But the reality is I might have opportunities to do little bits. So I've got a night stop in Manchester on the 26th. So I could probably do something then, and so on. So yeah, and I'm toying with the idea of staying at a Heathrow hotel on the night of the 28th before my New York flight. I probably ought to book that sooner rather than later before the prices, well, they probably have already gone madly high. But yeah, so it's just a weird one. I could write a bit more, but I don't think it's going to be very good because I'm not really feeling it. So I've got a load of washing done today. Let's see, what else have I done? Not a huge amount. Mainly washing and bits and pieces. I've been watching on Blu-ray a cartoon I absolutely used to adore as a kid, called Will-O-the-Wisp, and it's set in this place called Doyley Woods, and it's narrated by Kenneth Williams playing this sprite called Will-O-the-Wisp, and it's populated by insane characters like a cat called Car Wash, and a sort of dog thing that is so stupid it can't even think, called Moog. There's and this is their description. There's a fat fairy, as in, a fairy with a magic wand. We're called Mavis, and that's not me being cruel. That is literally what everybody else calls her. Oh, it's the fat fairy Mavis. But my favourite character is a demonic television set on legs that walks around, and only short legs, like short little metal legs, and it just walks around cackling and zapping people with its antenna, and it's called Evil Edna. And I always used to love Evil Edna when I was a kid, and I still, even watching it now, I like the bits where Evil Edna comes on, and she's basically a witch that looks like a television. It's very, very silly, but it's quite good fun. So productive to a degree, but not as productive as I would have liked to have been today. But never mind. It's not a disaster. And, if I miss my deadline by a day or two, so what? I kind of know what I'm going to do in March now. So I've got a fortnight off in the middle of March. I'm going to work on hopefully the fifth and final draft of Still Life, basically as soon as I've finished the first draft of Empress. And then after that, I feel I need to come back to Empress because I want to get the second draft done. And I've made detailed notes of things I think I need to look at. So, yeah, I sort of know what I need to do. I might hit my deadline, should do still. I mean, it's not impossible at this stage, but if I sleep better tonight and wake up at a more sensible time tomorrow, then maybe I'll be back on track. Anyway, thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.